What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing. We're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, me going over the seasonal artifact wish draw event and actually going over the best card sets that you guys want to be getting from this event, as there actually are a bunch of them here, and some of them that are really useful, and then some that are pretty bad, man. So I definitely want to whittle out all the bad ones and show you guys all the best ones in this video, so you know exactly which ones to prioritize. If you guys enjoy videos like this, man, definitely make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I appreciate all the support on the channel as of late, guys. We definitely are pushing for that 50,000 subscribers. You know, we are, I think right now we're at 45,600-ish subs right now. So if you guys haven't hit that sub button already, man, you want to support the channel, definitely make sure to. Now with that out of the way, guys, let's hop in and let's actually go over the event and how it works off the rip. So the seasonal artifact wish draw event, the way this event works, guys, is you're going to need time crystals to open card packs of time. And the way it works is that you can set cards on your wish list from either any of these like card sets that they have available, and you can actually set those cards to actually be wished so that you're able to get the full card sets accordingly, right? So the way you would do it here is, like, let's say I wanted to get the full Happy Halloween one. We would select all the cards for Happy Halloween just like this, guys. And then what it's going to do is it's going to give you higher rates when actually rolling for these cards. You have a 28% chance of getting one of these cards. And then in general, you're going to have a lot better rates when going for, you know, this specific set right here. And this actually does matter as well for the other cards too. So as you guys can see right here, this card goes to 9.5% because it is one of the rate up cards that we have here. And then if I was to change it to one of the Happy Holidays cards, as you guys will see here, it'll change the rate accordingly. So you guys can see here, this is going to be on rate up now at 9.5%. So yeah, now you guys know how the event works, man. Let's actually go over each of the card sets, and I'll give you guys my best recommendations for which ones are going to be, you know, skips, and then which ones are going to be definitely must-haves. Alright, guys, so hopping into the first one that we got here is going to be the Happy Halloween card set. Now, the way I had this work, guys, I actually had to screenshot each of them from the game and pull them up here, because if we actually are in the game here, guys, and we go to the artifact wish draw event, if I go to rates and see the card sets, it doesn't tell me what each card set does, and even here it doesn't say it either. So you actually have to manually search them to see what the card sets actually do. And so because of that, we actually had to, you know, pull them up here as screenshots. And what we'll do, guys, is we'll go over every single one of them and I'll give you guys my thoughts on it. So starting with Happy Halloween here, damage taken decrease level 3 at the max, and I have all these cards at the max, guys. So every card that we're going over here is at max, so bear that in mind. Decreases allies damage taken by enemies by 5%, excludes PvP and deathmatch. So 5% damage reduction in PvE content, not really the greatest. I mean, you're not really going to get too much benefit out of this in general, guys, and I don't think this is a priority card set at all, really. I think there are other cards that give you more than just 5% damage reduction too, and you also get other things alongside that. So I definitely think this card set at the moment would be a skip. So definitely don't get Happy Halloween as your priority. Now moving on to the next one, guys, we got Happy Holidays. This is going to be damage taken decrease level 5 at the maximum, and this is going to decrease allies damage taken from attack skills by 10% in the PvP Fight Festival, and only Elite as well. It does not say the regular Fight Festival, it says only Elite, guys. So you only get damage, well, actually, to be fair, I just took that in. You can run card sets in ungeared anyway, so, you know, this is going to be only for geared PvP if you are trying to get this card set, but it's going to decrease allies damage taken from attack skills. So yeah, I mean, that could be solid. 10% damage reduction from attack skills is pretty good. That's obviously going to be a pretty good card set right there. I mean, it wouldn't be your #1 priority, but this is definitely one to, you know, kind of think about, guys, because the actual effect right there is pretty good considering, you know, what the meta actually does look like right now. So yeah, not a bad, you know, card set at that, but definitely not my #1 or #2 recommendation or priority right there. Moving on from that, guys, we do have the next card set here, the Happy New Year card set. Now this is going to be another damage taken decrease card set, and it's going to decrease damage taken by allies with the 7 Deadly Sins characteristic by 10%. Now this is definitely one of the better card sets in my opinion, because this one providing 10% damage reduction to sins, they already have a lot of damage reduction and basic stats, so this is going to be, you know, stacking that on top of all of that. that is really, really good for the team's overall stats and just tanking in general. So not one of my number one priorities, but definitely one to remember, guys. This is a really, really good card set, and because 7 deadly sins are so good, you can pretty much just slap this on, you know, any content in the game as long as you're running 7 deadly sins characters. Alright, so moving on from that, guys, we do have the next one being the Happy Valentines. Now this one's gonna be a damage dealt increase at level 5 max. It's gonna increase the damage dealt by allies with 50% or less HP by 5% and decrease their damage taken by 10%, and this excludes PvP. Now this card set is not really too useful because it has a condition, guys, and I don't really like card sets that have conditions where this one's saying that only if we're less than 50% HP we're getting this card set bonus. And honestly, there are other card sets in the game that do not have conditions at all that give us more than 5% damage reduction or a 5% damage dealt and 10% damage reduction. So in my opinion, this is definitely not a priority card set, and one I would not really, you know, try and get unless, you know, you are missing cards from it and you do want to get it, but it's not going to be one of my higher priority card sets, guys. So yeah, I mean, nothing super crazy there, but that is the Happy Valentines. Now moving on from that, guys, we got the next card set being the Awesome Spring card set. Now in terms of this one, in terms of what this one's gonna do, attack increase level 5 max. This is gonna increase allies attack by 5%, and for each debuff applied to enemies, basic stats by 2% if there is a fairy ally currently participating in the battle, limit of 6 times. So this is actually a pretty good card set. If we actually look at it right here, you get up to 12% basic stats, because you get 2% for every debuff, limit of 6 times, and as long as you have a fairy ally on the field, you gain that. So that's honestly really, really good of an effect. And then the increased allies attack by 5% on top of that, I think, is really, really good. So you're getting up to 17% attack flat, guys, and that is a really, really strong benefit. And the only condition here for this card set is running a fairy ally. Now there aren't too many crazy fairy characters in the game, but if I had to recommend a few, I mean, look at, you know, Chad King, right? Especially the New Year's one. You have Jelly King, which is another really good character. So yeah, I mean, this is definitely one of my priority card sets, actually, guys. Now I'm looking at this one. This one definitely, in my opinion, right now, I'll have at the number 2 slot for priority of the card sets that we, that we have overall. We still haven't gotten to my number 1 priority card set yet, but this one is a really, like, you know, must invest card set 100%. So definitely look out for this one. If you don't have this card set already, definitely go for this one, guys. This is my number 2 right there in terms of, you know, what's really important to get. All right, guys, moving on from that, we have the Midnight Circus one. This is going to be a damage dealt increase level 5 max. It's going to increase human allies damage dealt by 10% in Knighthood boss battle. Now, in my opinion, guys, this is a dead card set. I'm not gonna lie. 10% damage dealt in a Knighthood boss battle is honestly just not really that important, and you really don't need damage dealt that heavily in Knighthood boss. You're really going for more like stats, right? Damage dealt is only going to really help in terms of how much damage you're dealing, whereas most Knighthood boss kind of rely on, you know, stat increases and having just more stats in general. So yeah, definitely a dud card set. I would not go for this. You can easily skip out on this one, guys. Yeah, so don't go for the Midnight Circus one unless you're missing cards from it and you have a lot of the other card sets already. Moving on, guys, we got the next card set here being the Special Summer card set. Now this one is going to be my number 3 in the priority list, guys. The reason why is because it's going to be a resistance increase level 5 max, and it's going to just increase allies resistance by 20%. Now this is a really good card set if you stack this alongside the green Valentine. You know, the original Valentine that, you know, pretty much lowered the enemy's pierce rate based on her resistance, and gaining another 20% resistance on top of that is going to be really, really nice for that character. Now, it's not my, you know, number 1 or number 2 priority because it's only resistance and allows you just to have, you know, better tanking, and specifically with Valentine, right? I mean, you're not really going to get too much benefit out of this resistance increase for other teams, but definitely alongside that green Valentine character, I think this is a really good card set. And you can, you know, use like green Valentine and like demonic beasts and stuff, so this definitely has use, guys, in my opinion. So my number 3 right here in terms of the priority cards. Let's move on to the next card set. Alright, guys, so the next card set here is going to be the Valentine's Day one, and in terms of the effect, guys, it's going to be Close Call level 5 max, increases the HP related stats of allies with 30% HP or less by 10% for 1 turn at the start of the ally's turn. Now, again, as I mentioned, guys, with conditional, you know, artifact card sets where you need a certain amount of HP to get, these are honestly just not worth it in my opinion. The fact that you're kind of relying on you getting or like taking damage to get a benefit, in my opinion, is just not really that good. And there's other card sets, and I mean, even like when we go back to the fairy one, like this one's so much better, and the only condition is just having a fairy in your battle, whereas this one, it's like, oh, you need less HP. Like a lot of these card sets are just like not good at all because of that, and I definitely do not recommend getting this Valentine's Day card set. Alright guys, now moving on from the Valentine's Day card set, we have the Sky, Ocean, and Summer card set. Now this one is my #1 priority card set, guys, and the main reason why is because it's just outright attack for humans or unknown characters, and this is very strong because you can get up to 12% attack, you know, straight up. It doesn't say there's a cap here, and because, you know, if you're running a 4v4 setting, you're able to have 4 characters of either human or unknown, and you can stack them together. Like if you're running, you know, 1 human, 2 unknowns, that still gives you the 9% attack, and so there is a really big benefit from having this card set in my opinion, and I would definitely recommend getting this one as the #1 priority. So far guys, we have this one at the #1, we have, I think, yeah, so this one at the #2, and then we have the Resistance one at the #3. So these are my top 3 in terms of card sets you guys definitely want to be going for from this event so far. And then we do also have the final card set here, guys, being Spooky Masquerade. Now this one's going to be a basic stat increase max level 5 in Knighthood boss battle for every applicable ally in the battlefield. Increase allies basic stats by 3%. Now this one's solid because it is a basic stat increase for Knighthood boss. And, you know, obviously that is really good, but the applicable allies being demons and unknown is kind of tough because there's not really many, you know, Knighthood boss where you really want to run demons and unknown for basic stats, guys. So this card set, in my opinion, is not the greatest, but it's definitely better than a lot of the other cards. So yeah, guys, at the end of the day, man, in my opinion, you're definitely going to want to go for Sky, Ocean, and Summer. Special Summer as well, and then Awesome Spring. I think these are the 3 best card sets to actually be prioritizing in this event in terms of what their actual effects are doing. And then from there, I mean, it's really up to you in terms of which other ones you get. I think Happy New Year is definitely a really good one as well, because of the fact you are gaining the 10% damage reduction. And I mean, for the rest of them, I mean, I don't think the rest of them are too good though there as well, guys. I think honestly, I mean, this one's pretty good. Happy holidays. Obviously the $7 Sins one, but yeah, again, like my main recommendations here are going to be these 3 right here, guys. So yeah, moving back to the game here. At the end of the day, guys, what you want to be doing is just going for Sky, Ocean, and Summer, Special Summer, and then what was the last one here that I said? Awesome Spring. These are going to be the best ones to go for in my opinion. And once you guys do have all the cards collected completely, what you can do in the event is actually set it to the highest rarity of cards. And so the moment you're able to pull each of these cards at that rarity and you get a, you know, a artifact card like Dupe Coin, what you can do with that is actually use that to level up the actual card sets, which is really good. And so what we can do right here, guys, I'll show you an example of what it looks like when we do actually get the wishlist card. So let's actually open this card pack here and see if we were able to get it first try. Okay, we don't actually get it there. Let's see right here. Do we get it? Nope. And we got the same card twice. That's crazy. There we go. So your wish has been granted. And then you do actually get one of the cards, and because I own this card already, guess what happens, guys? This automatically turns into a plate card, and now I can actually use that to level up the cards because this is a higher rarity one and it gives you more XP. So there you guys go, man. That pretty much covers the seasonal artifact wish draw event and the best card sets in my opinion in terms of the priority list. So again, guys, my recommendations are going to be getting the Special Summer, which is going to be my #3. My #2 is going to be the Awesome Spring, and my #1 is going to be Sky, Ocean, and Summer. These are my highest priority card sets in my opinion, and then from there, guys, it's really up to you. I do think that Happy New Year and then also Happy Holidays are solid card sets too, but that's really up to you, and for the rest of the card sets, what you want to do with that. So yeah, man, that's gonna be it for the video. I hope you guys do enjoy, and we'll see you guys on the next one, man. Peace out, and have a great rest of your day, guys. See you later, man.